moved from the fully stratified system. There was blackies bred to the blackie, then blackies bred to the Leicester to produce meals, and then the meals would produce go to a Texel, and we would keep the first cross Texel as well, and they'd be for fat lamb. So there was little mobs here, there, and everywhere. And also I said 57% hill ground, yet there was only, say, the top side of 250 hill sheep for the majority of the farm. So I can save more money out wintering the cows in 6 weeks than I can what the hill sheep would have brought in. So Highlander since I think 2018. So still a few ewes with a bit of Texel influence in them. Singles and twins mixed together. We'll still a few more to go into the mob, and then we'll get to about 200, and that'll be about it. It's quite a nice number to manage. Yeah, they've gone pretty well. We're down to less than 1% assists in outdoor lambing, so there's, yeah, if the weather's there, they're grand. We're the 10th of April lambing, probably just a couple of days quick at this time. We'll wean them at 12 weeks old, so that's just mid-July, and we'll shear the ewes at that. Just simple systems, works really well. The second cut silage should be off, and there'll be good grazing for them, and the lambs are going onto that. A lot of the fields are red clover, so we can easily have mob averages over 350 grams a day. And the ewes will go to the hill at that point, dry off and clean up some feed, and that leaves our kind of grazing platform free for cows at bulling time. Just simple systems, and if you get it right, you're prioritising the right classes of stock at the right time. I said less than 1% assists in ewes. Maybe that's because we lamb so many hogs and they know what they're doing, but we had 365 hogs to the top. If it wasn't for them, we've had quite an easy time with lambing, but yeah. But they know how to be mums, and then they're no hassle the rest of their lives, rightly or wrongly. They got Romneys this time. We've been fairly in this breeding for maybe 2016 or 17. So the ewes are a Highlander base, which went over Texel crosses originally. I don't know if it just got drawn in by marketing of Romneys, or it's always good to, if you don't know, if you don't try, you don't know. But we've done Primaras in the past on hogs, and they went pretty well. I don't know what the perfect answer is. They're always going to be a wee bit work, but I'm fairly set on Highlanders for the main sheet. I always thought I would keep a bit of Texel influence to keep them looking smart, but in a spring like this, when you just see the survivability of Highlanders, it is better. So I touched earlier on survivability of Highlanders. I think we've got the lambing ease sorted in them all now, but just that bit extra wool cover, I'm not interested in anything bare-skinned at all. Yeah, it's fine for a bit extra confirmation, but living lambs is what it's about, and they can still grow just the same. These have just been mobbed up, and I'll follow with cows a wee bit later in the season, just the cows on tidy up, trying to maximise lamb growth pre-weaning. Roughly 200 ewes followed by 40 cows. Roughly, it's not an exact science, it's, yeah. Yeah, so the hogs were shorn on the day after Peeblesshire show last year. That'd be mid-August. That was the first time we done it. Idea was to have a bit less wool on them this time of year, but doesn't seem to have made any difference really. But I mean, the shearers can come in and have them clipped as quick as I would clip their tails pre-tup. I would normally do the hogs' tails pre-tup, so I couldn't say whether we got any extra growth out it or not, but I would do it again. There's 44 in here. Far more than we should need really, but we're trying to increase the cow numbers at the moment. So probably AI about 30 off them, just a fixed time AI. Got on really well with that last year. We had 69% hold to single shot AI, so that worked well. And then I'll probably sink 14 of them, and we're going to put some American male sexed embryos in, just to that be our way of introducing new blood, hopefully some top bulls. So they're, the heifers are probably a wee bit smaller than we've had them in the past, just on that 25% dry matter silage that's just probably not fed quite as well as I'd have liked, but not concerned about them at all. I mean, they only need to average 700 grams a day to get to bull in weight, so they'll be grand. So we do about 180 day weaning, and bulls are probably 260 and heifers maybe 240.
When did you turn out onto grass, and was it much later than when you normally have been due to?
Can't remember the exact date. It'd be some point in April.
17th of April.
There you go.
There's the man at Ken's here.
Yeah.
You did a job there.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't have to feed them anymore. Yeah, it's a busy time of year. I know we probably could have them out a bit quicker, but that time of year, ewes and lambs are absolutely priority stock class, so they're number one. And once there's a wee bit extra grass, we'll get them out. Just about the 650. We've still a few with a bit more Angus influence in them that'll be a bit heavier than that. The pure stabilisers will be probably below 650 now. Trying to make them really easy fleshing for out wintering. The more flesh they can carry, the less feed they need. So this is second and third calvers, 42, and there's now 10 left to calve at one cycle in, so just the more generation stabiliser we get, the more fertility and short gestation. That compares with the rest of the cows. We are just the top side of 80, so we're 2/3 of the way on average.
What's your average birth weight of your calves?
I've not worked it out this year so far, but we're 37 point, I don't know, 1 or 2 last year. Pretty good. There's heifers next door who were, they were some of the AI'd ones, and I don't think I had a calf over 33 kilos off of them, but they were to kind of calving ease specialist bull. So the question was, how many bulls do we run? And that's, yeah, 1 bull to 40 cows. I think that works quite well. There's a mob out that side of the farm that we've not been. They're running this as 60. I was getting quite keen to multi-sire mate them 60 cows with 2 bulls. just a lot of grazing power with 60 cows.
How long are your bulls out?
We've been 8 weeks. That's part of the reason I would like to multi-sire mate and get that down to 6. We've ran 2 cycles and then changed the bull, so it's always been kind of 8 weeks, just a wee bit. And I think we had 3 cows in the last cycle, so probably get away with it, but just it's what we've done and it works. But yeah, I would like to get that down to 6 weeks. You can see at weaning time, you look up the dag and you can see they're the lightest calves. They were AI'd to a bull called World's Best, calving ease specialist, highest IMF in the breed, and a really easy fleshing one, which I think will suit our system really well for the outwintering cows. Just 3 weeks old, and yeah, I think the calves are starting to look pretty chunky. Yeah, like I said, extremely low birth weights, but well, we started calving, these heifers were still on their outwintering ground when we started calving, so yeah, they were just spitting them out and no bother at all. Quite pleased with them. No, they'll be first cross right to pure. You see a few brown ones there. Yeah, all sorts. Yeah, so we normally be kind of 13, 14 months and 360 kilos dead weight. All home produced feed, and not, we could take them heavier, but I think we'd end up buying and feeding by that time of year. With a May calving, you're kind of ready to see the back of them. So yeah, not too bad. And a few there, the best boys are out in the field walking about for sale.
Your warming policy, Robert?
I have wormed all the sheep this spring. In the past, we've just done skinnies. Lambs will get a wormer in a couple of weeks' time, and then one at weaning. I think in the summer, if we're monitoring growth rates, they've got an EID in them already, so if they're not doing 200 grams, they'll get a dose.
What's the vaccination program for the ewes and the cattle?
So for the cattle, we probably have a bit of a naive herd, really. We're not vaccinating for anything. We blood test for Johne's, Neospora, Lepto and IBR. We're Johne's level 2 and the rest of them negative, and BVT negative, obviously. And yows, they get a Bravoxin. And abortion vaccine, but that's it.